The power cord.
Yes, I was too, which is why I'm very glad you didn't die, because I meant to warn you, there's nothing under
Nothing
Verity
under
Check.
there.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to call the meeting to order. This is the July 18th Board of Investment meeting. I see no public comment. Is there any, I don't even know if we have the capability to take in requests from outside, so hearing and seeing none, I'll move on. Could I get a motion for the approval of minutes from the April 12th meeting?
So moved.
Second.
And any discussion? Hearing none, thank you. Let me see here. Okay, so the reason we're here today is, oh, and all those in favor of approval of the minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
That's a unanimous passing of those minute approval, just to be clear. We're here today to talk about the investment opportunities for the second tranche of American Rescue Plan funds. The proposals that we included and set in front of you, I would make a recommendation to place the money with Pliget in the managed account. Bear with me one second. David was kind enough to put some things together. I want to just clarify that we'll be looking to invest 51 million rather than the full 61, because 10 million would already be proposed to be drawn down soon. So we would keep that liquid. And if anybody has questions on what David put forth with Pliget's offer.
Just if I could just ask for a little bit of clarification on the scheduling of the drawdown of funding, either from, I don't know if Mr. Buscola wants to comment on that, or Ms. McKevitt wants to comment on that?
So we, $10 million was reported in the ARP portal that we were going to account for that as lost revenue. It's a flat $10 million. We don't have to draw it down. It can be invested aggressively if the board chooses to do so.
Okay. Is there a plan for when that might be used, that 10 million?
Next year, probably December, January.
Is it the board's choice to invest that 10 million?
Yeah.
If we have the ability to invest that, we certainly would want to now that rates are going up. But
more
David,
than
I
a
saw
year,
you trying to get the microphone.
Thank you. So with that 10 million, we can invest it on the rescue plan side of the books. If we draw it to the general fund, we can place an almost identical investment. It'll just be as general fund monies instead of rescue plan. So either way, we're still going to invest that 10 million. It's just whether it's part of this proposal versus what we do throughout the year under the investment policy.
I guess I was thinking short-term investment versus a year, or if we knew to lump, kind of add it into the rolling maturities we have set is what I was thinking. But you're right, we could certainly invest it either way.
Okay. However you want to, the board chooses to do it, that's great.
And from an accounting perspective, Kim, does that matter?
It would be fine as long as we're investing it within the general fund, we know how to record it, and if we're investing it within.
Okay, so we have options.
Right, and with the managed account that we're looking at with Pliget, does it matter? In other words, do we get more interest the more we put into that? Unless I'm confusing it with one of the other ones.
I think it would, most of them had different vehicles for
Right.
different funds. I think a lot of them had pulled out that 10 million to put somewhere different in a more liquid account. So allowing it, which typically I think my
Right, well,
amateurish knowledge of this topic, I guess gets a little less interest than something that's more not as liquid.
well, so I think what we sent out was, the RFP was $51 million, and we said that roughly $3.5 million was going to be liquid. And so that's, an estimated, smaller percentage net yield at 1.52%. But if the commissioners do not need that $10 million in the first year, we can probably look at a higher interest rate if we don't need that 10 million to be liquid. So that would be that's a big question, whether or not that 10 million needs to be liquid or not.
Sure, and again, we can place a fixed-term investment on the general side of the books versus the rescue plan. I think either way, we'll get that same rate of return where we see some of these are approaching 3% for maybe a year long. So no matter which side of the books it's on, we can pursue that.
Okay.
And I think we're happy, if we're happy with Pliget, it sounds like we are, certainly we're not voting to lock in specific numbers in terms of every single fund. This is just, we trust them to invest the money wisely. If it's 51, if it's 61, if it's, 55 and a half, so, okay?
Yes, that's correct.
All right.
Well, clearly, their managed account was the best, had the highest estimated net earnings by far. So I think it's a pretty obvious choice for me, anyway.
Yeah, so did you make a motion?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
We were just discussing, but I would certainly entertain a motion if you would like to make one.
All right, I'll move to choose Pliget to accept their proposal for the investment of the second tranche of the ARPA funding for Bucks County.
I'll second.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Are there any other matters to come before the board today? All right, hearing none, I will call for adjournment. Can somebody make a motion? I'll make a motion to adjourn. I can. That one I can do. Seconded by Ms. Van Blank, and all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.